Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Young here, and today I'm back in another Fortnite video. And in today's video, I'm gonna be going over how to get more high kill games, and as well give you guys some tips when it comes to finding more players and just winning more games here in season 7. I'm gonna be covering everything in this video. And as well for the gameplay, I dropped 22 kills in this game, so very good gameplay, very entertaining. I'm pretty sure you guys will enjoy it. And before we get into the video, I have a V-Buck giveaway. If you guys want a chance to win some free V-Bucks, all you need to do is to drop a like on this video, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on my notifications, and leave a comment down below of your Xbox gamer tag, PSN gamer tag, or Epic account. And as well, make sure you guys have me supported as a creator on the item shop. All you need to do this is go to the item shop, hit X, type in Young Humor. That's all you have to do, and you will have me added and supported as a creator. And alright guys, let's go right to the video. Alright, so like I said, this is a 22 kill gameplay. I was playing cross-platform with one of my friends that was on PC. And in this gameplay, I'm really going to focus on how you guys can find more players to fight. Because I feel like a lot of you guys are getting good amount of kills in games. Maybe getting like 6 kills, maybe getting 7 kills. But you want to get 10 plus kills, 12 plus kills, 15 plus kills. And when you're going for that amount of kills, you have to run certain routes in this game. You have to run a certain way. Because if you want to get 20 kills in Fortnite, you're going to have to run into 20 people. And it's more like 20 to 25 people, because people are going to kill themselves. People are going to suicide the RPG, run into the storm. And then you're also going to have kills stolen. So you have to find more. If you want to drop 20 kills, you more like have to find 25 players throughout that game. And also fight and win those gunfights. So it can be a little bit challenging to find that many players. So I'm going to give you guys a really good suggestion, or a couple of suggestions you can do to find more players in Fortnite. And just different things you can do to win more gunfights, get higher kill games, and as well just win more games in general. So the starting location that I pretty much land at 90% of the times you see in pretty much every single one of my gameplays is I'm going tilted towers, because that is guaranteed you're going to find a good amount of people. Very rarely will you find maybe 1 or 2 teams. You're typically going to find like 4 or 5 or even 6 teams going tilted towers, maybe even more. So tilted towers is definitely the move if you want to go for high kill games, or just get a lot of kills in general, or just getting a lot of kills off the start of the game. Maybe you want to play a little bit slower afterwards. You know, it's up to you, but honestly tilted towers is the move for kills, because I like to go for high kill games. So dropping tilted towers is definitely the play if I want to go for those type of kill games. And when you're in tilted towers, you definitely want to be able to get a lot of kills. And the best way to do that is really just try to pick people off running from in the street. Because once someone's in the middle of the street and tilted, that is going to be the best time to take shots, because it's going to be right in the middle of the open. And in tilted towers, there's barely any mats unless you go into the middle. And in the middle is where all the mats are. There's a ton of mats everywhere. And a lot of people who go there and farm up, they're going to be coming out with like 6, 7, or maybe 800 wood. So pretty much other than that, if you're running through tilted towers, they're going to have less than 200 mats guaranteed. So people who run to the middle of the street are going to be easy kills, and especially if you go off spawn. And even in this gameplay, I landed, grabbed the heavy AR, and I was able to pick off 2 or 3 people just off the spawn before they even got weapons. So it was a really easy kill. They had no shield, no mats, or no weapons at all. So it was a really easy kill for me to get, and I was able to come out with 2 or 3 kills right off the start of the game. Because you want to be able to push a lot of players if you want to get a lot of kills, and if you don't have shield, it's going to make it a lot more challenging. So what I would recommend, if you have max shield or have over 150 HP, I would say you can play pretty aggressive and then rush into buildings and just rush other players. You have to play smart, of course, but you can play a little bit more aggressive depending on how much HP you have. And if you don't find any shield at all, if maybe you're stuck at 100 HP or maybe you're stuck at 75 HP, I would recommend just staying on top of your building, or just trying to pick off people. Maybe look for a third-party opportunity. But the best thing you can do is just kind of sit back and stay on your building if you have no shield at all. Most of the time after I go tilted, I head towards Loot Lake, because there's typically going to be like 2, maybe or 3 players kind of lurking around here, because some people land at the factory, some people land in the middle of Loot Lake. So there's going to be different people in a lot of different places. But honestly, when it comes to getting kills, this is the best tip I can give you guys. And when it comes to getting these high kills, you have to figure out where players are going to land and where players are going to rotate to. So the best example I can give you guys, and pretty much it's just pretty much true for every single game that I go into. So I land tilted towers, then I rotate over here, and then from here typically I rotate towards, I would say, dusty, salty, or retail area. So I would say this is true for any point of the game. Maybe it's early game, late game, mid game, it doesn't matter what it is. You're always gonna find people in between these 3 locations. You're gonna find them in between tilted towers, retail row, and salty springs. This is pretty much the exact locations that you want to go to pick off kills. And you're going to see me running the routes every single game. You know, I'm going tilted towers, then right after tilted towers, I'm either going to be pushing Loot Lake to try to pop up a few kills, and then immediately hit Dusty Divot. And the thing about Dusty Divot is a good amount of people who land there, and as well there's planes nearby. And on that plane location on Dusty, right next to the hill, there's a lot of people, a ton of gunfights going on. And usually after I go to Loot Lake, grab a few kills there, I push towards those plane locations. And hopefully, sometimes I can find a plane to push other people around that area. But if not, most of the time I'm running into 1, 2, or maybe even 3 teams on top of that hill. So I'm picking off guys left and right on top of there. And then after those kills, I'm rushing around with the plane, jumping on the next team. And you guys can kind of see how the kills can add up. So say I'm playing duos, and maybe in Tilted Towers I dropped 5 kills, I dropped 6 kills, and then immediately I push through Lake. And when I push through Lake, I see one more team, maybe I see 3 other players, and I was able to get 2 of them, right? So I go there, I get 2 more kills, so now I'm at 7 kills, right? And then after I get those kills, I'm rotating towards Dusty. I'm going to the plane location, so I'm going on top of that hill, and say I see another team. And say I was only to pick off one of them, so I pick off one of them. Now I'm at 7 kills, maybe 8 kills, depending on how many you got in the early game. So now say I'm at 8 kills, I went to those 3 locations, I was able to pick off 8 different players in those locations. And say I found one more team, I would say later in the game, I find one more team, pick them off. And maybe you found that team at Salty, or maybe you found it at Retail, kind of in that area, because you're going to find a ton of people in those locations. So pretty much now you're at 11 kills, and say you're going into the final circle fighting the last team. If you were able to pick off the last team, that would put you at 13 kills. And when you break it down like that, it does seem a lot easier. And of course it is easier said than done, but 13 kills for a lot of you guys seems to be a high kill gameplay. And I would say I would do the exact same thing in a 13 kill gameplay that I would do in a 20 kill or 15 kill or a 17 kill. I would run the exact same routes, going Tilted Towers, then I would go to Dusty Divot or Loot Lake, then just kind of hang around the Salty, Retail, and Tilted area. I would be kind of just circling around those areas and just trying to find people in different teams that come up here, because you're going to find a ton of people. I mean, Retail's a hot drop, and if you look at the map and usually where the circle goes, people who go to Retail, they absolutely never go back to Paradise. So they're pretty much always going to go towards Salty, and there's going to be teams from Salty, 1 or 2 teams left. So you can see how there can be so many people, and then people are going to be going for planes near Dusty. So that part of the map is just going to be a hot area. Anywhere in the middle of the map is going to be a hot area. A lot of people are going to be going to. It's going to be very crowded, and a lot of kills to pick off, and a lot of people to third party and get easy kills that way. And when you're going for these high kills, you definitely have to play for high kills, because you're not going to get high kill games if you don't play for them. Because if you're going to like Lazy Links, and then you're pushing Tomato Temple, and then you're pushing to Dusty Divot afterwards, you're never going to be able to drop those 15 plus kill gameplays pretty much ever. Because if you're landing at the far corner of the map trying to loot up and then go for kills, you're never going to get those really high kill games, because you definitely need a lot of kills in that early game. Because say I didn't get those 6 kills in the early game for this gameplay here, and say I had 17 kills in this gameplay, I would pretty much be only ending with 11, which in itself is not a bad gameplay at all, but it's definitely a whole lot different than 17. So having those kills in the early game is going to set you up for the late game, and just going to set you up in general for a lot of high kill games. So if you're going for those high kill games, you pretty much, for I would say 70 to 75% of the game, you need to be around Tilted, Retail, or Salty. In that kind of area, you need to be around there, or maybe even Dusty. I would say those 4 locations you need to be around for the majority of the game. And to be honest with you, Tilted really isn't that populated after the first spawn, because once you first go down and you clear out Tilted, pretty much barely many people go there. Maybe people rotate in just a little bit later when you're coming out of there, but pretty much after that, there's not going to be a lot of people rotating in there. But places like Retail and Salty, there's going to be a lot of people just constantly going there left and right. So you need to, for 70% of the game, I would say be around those locations, because that's where you're going to find the most amount of people. And the most amount of people is going to give you the best opportunity to get those high kill games. And even with that being said, you don't even have to push everyone. So in this gameplay here, I went to Fatal, and there was a team over there by the edge of the circle. And to be honest with you, I really didn't want to push him at that location, so I waited out a little bit, and then eventually I found him at the end, and I was able to win in the end game from it. So to wrap it up, staying in those 3 locations, you're going to see a major improvement to the amount of kills you're getting and the amount of people that you're going to find. So if you ever need to find people, Retail, Salty, Dusty, and Tilted is all the people are going to be around those locations. So just go to those locations, and I guarantee you guys are going to find a lot more people and get a lot more kills every single game. And with that being said, that's wrap it up for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys liked it. If you guys could, drop a like on this video. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on my notifications. You're notified for every single new video. And alright guys, I will see you next video.